7 times 7 different ways is how I communicate an upcoming training to participants. Have you ever prepared for a training with Deadpool-style maximum effort only to have low attendance or unprepared participants? Well, the truth is, you're not alone. Oftentimes, traditional communication approaches fall short, and one email is never enough. My best-kept secret? Strong classroom engagement often starts before they ever step into the room. Hi, I'm Jordon Taylor with the Corporate Training Companion, and today I'm going to share how you can use AI to leverage the 7 times 7 different ways communication strategy to increase signups, set expectations, get better prepared participants, and higher levels of engagement. So let's dive in. So 7 times 7 different ways. When it comes to this style of communication for a training program, what I mean is that I want to get as close to 7 different mediums. So that could be sending messages in Teams or Slack. It could be that you're creating a video and posting it on a SharePoint site. Could be email, calendar invites. I've even put posters inside the stalls of the bathroom. Could be QR codes sprinkled around the office. All of these are part of your 7 different mediums. And then you want to communicate it 7 different times as well. So 1 time through each medium. I don't always get to 7 times 7 different ways, especially if it's virtual, but I do try to get as close as I possibly can. With that being said, we are currently in Perplexity. You can do this in Claude, you can do it in Chat GPT. I'm just using Perplexity because I figured maybe y'all haven't seen it before and they all work the same, so might as well get you exposed to it. So let's start. I will first type in the prompt. Actually, I'll copy and paste it, and there it is. I want your help. And this is a key thing when you're prompting. Help, ask for help. I want your help brainstorming different internal communication channels that I can use to promote an upcoming corporate training session. Please do not give me ideas right away. So this prompt is helping us identify the different modalities that we're going to use. And it's also prompting the AI to do it in a conversational way. So it's supposed to ask questions one by one. So let's go through and see what happens. Okay, so in this case, it asks just a couple of questions as opposed to 10 or 15 all at once, and that's okay. To begin finding the best internal communication channels for promoting your corporate training session, let's start by focusing on your company's current landscape. Could you share a brief overview of how your internal communication typically happens? Are there established tools? Do you rely on meetings, bulletin boards, or casual hallway chats? So I will respond that we use Teams, SharePoint, email, and we also have an intranet that has a wall-like feature, kind of like a Facebook wall. We are a mostly virtual company, so there's also a lot of meetings. And then Perplexity will come back with a few more questions, making this conversational. Is there a channel where company announcements tend to go? Do team members frequently chat and respond in Teams threads versus checking SharePoint or replying to emails? So it will conversationally take you down the path of identifying what the most effective ways that you can share these communications. Once you have that list, you can move on to the next prompt. So offline, I went through all of the lines of questioning and we identified that our preferred communication channels are going to be to use Microsoft Teams for announcements. We'll also leverage direct messaging in Microsoft Teams. We'll create email campaigns. We'll use SharePoint news posts. We'll also ask our HRBPs and leaders to call these out in their staff meetings. We'll use calendar invite placeholders as another method, and then we'll post it on our intranet, which is separate from our SharePoint. Additional recommendations that it came up with are gamified challenges and team GIFs or emojis. Okay, maybe not, but we do have our list of 7 that will work. It is, again, harder to find these for virtual companies because you just don't have as many channels or outlets, but it's still doable. And this is a pretty solid list. So next, we're going to prompt it to write all of our comms for all of these channels. And again, this is going to be a fairly long prompt. It starts with, I need your help creating a full set of pre-training communications for an upcoming training session. Please collect the necessary information for me in a conversational step-by-step way rather than all at once. Here's what I'd like you to do. Start by asking me about the training session details. Ask me about the communication channels. draft each communication one by one, suggest methods for timed or delayed sending, virtual training, pre-work. There's obviously some context in between, but the goal is to get Perplexity to do this in a conversational way, one by one, so that I can provide feedback at every step, and then I can just start copying and pasting it into the different channels. So I'm going to enter this prompt. And the first thing that it should do is ask me for the training details, which it did. So I'm going to provide those, and then it should ask me for the channels. So this is a leading effective one-on-ones leadership training for managers and supervisors. It'll be virtual in November. I'm the trainer, and there's pre-work to watch a YouTube video. And yes, indeed, it does ask for which channels we want to use. So I will go ahead and copy those in. You can recycle these over and over. You don't have to go through the channel discovery every time. Then it says, thank you. To begin, let's start with the Microsoft Teams announcement. I'll draft the first announcement and include suggestions for timed reminders. After you review and refine, we'll proceed to the next channel on your list. So then it gives me a draft of that first Teams message. It also gives some suggested timings for reminders. The initial announcement being 4 weeks in advance, the reminder 2 weeks, another reminder at 1 week, another reminder the day before, and another reminder the morning of. So let's assume that this is great, and we'll just move on, and it will provide me a second draft for the leaders. This is a direct Teams message for leaders that they can copy and paste and then share with their teams. It also, again, has the suggested times and follow-ups with the dates. Let's go ahead and say great, move on. And I'm just going to go through this and say great, move on for the sake of time, and then we'll pull back together for the summary in a moment. And that is done. So we have, I'll quickly scroll through these, our Microsoft Teams announcements, our direct Teams messages for leaders, our email campaign announcement. We have next our SharePoint guidance for what we can post, reminders. There's a video request there that I create a video. And next, here's our email to our HRBPs, asking them to also promote. Then we've got our calendar invite, which will serve as another touch point. And then lastly, we have our intranet wall. So 7 times, 7 different ways. These relatively massive prompts will make it very conversational, will make it very easy, and that's pretty much it. The rest is just copy, paste right into the different channels and schedule them out. So there you have it. Some practical tips on how to improve your communication so that you can increase signups, set better expectations, get better prepared participants, and higher levels of engagement. If you'd like me to send you the prompts that I used for this video, follow the link in the show notes and I'll have them emailed to you straight away. If you found this helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon because new content is coming out every single week. My name is Jordon Taylor with the Corporate Training Companion. Until next time.